Hey guys, I know I look really bad right now. I kind of have a sunburn. So I tried to record this like a voice vlog, but it didn't really work. And my phone's been acting really weird lately, so it's like, um, I can't use it to really record stuff to put on YouTube. So I'm gonna record on here. And yes, I know my nose looks really red. It's because when I went swimming in the lake with my family, I got like a really bad like blisters on my nose, and now they're like popping, and it's really gross. And I had to go to work yesterday looking like this. I looked like crap. It was not fun. Alright, so what we're going to do today is have a little Dark Days Death Row kind of like pre-season chat. I know me, Ellie, and Missy, and Brian are usually doing this, but Ellie, Missy, and Brian are taking too long, and I don't want to wait. So I'm going to do it. By myself, I have a lot to talk about. Not to sound like super conceited, but I'm one of the people who have probably done really well at surviving the dark days. I was the first person to survive twice in a row, not being a host, and I am one of the only few people who have more than one person surviving at the moment. Me and are in death row. So me and Missy, Missy, and Glinda are the only three people in Dark Days Death Row who are not the host, who have more than one person alive at the moment. So I'm really excited about that. I'm playing two people. Caitlin will come in later, but I want to talk about the characters first. We're going to start with the main cast, as always, because I feel like it's very important to address them first, them being more important with people. Oh my god, my forehead looks so bad! Okay, so first we're going to start with Corey, played by KO Kid. He was the Season 1 killer. Dogs make a weird noise. Corey, he was good on his season. He wasn't really much of a standout character. Not like with the bigger personalities like Alicia, Piper, Brecken, Cameron, etc. I feel like in his season he was kind of underwhelming, and to find out he was the killer, it was a shock for sure. But at the same time, it was really just underwhelming. I feel like in his season he belonged there, and then this season I think Brian's going to have to really work, because this is his only surviving character out of 8 seasons, and yeah, he's gonna have to work really hard, because this character could easily just be pushed into the background with all these bigger personalities that are here, you know. So if I had to rate Corey on how much, what the heck is this pop up? If I had to rate Corey on likability, I would say out of 10, I'd give him a 4. If I had to rate him on relevance from this season, in my perspective, I'm gonna have to say it's 5. Only because I think only one other person in the cast can really sympathize with this story, and it's not gonna be in a good way, but one person here can really help, and that's gonna be Diana. But we'll get to that. Next, we have Erica, played by Coyle. She was the Season 2 killer, one of them in the cult. Back in Season 2, I feel like Erica belonged there. Her story was really just around Mr. Pex, and her having that relationship with him, and then him being like a child predator was, I guess, kind of interesting for her, and then for her to show that she never really cared about him or anyone, that she really just cared about pleasing the god of death or whatever, the saint of death. But the thing I liked about Erica is that she's like Sugar, just one of the earlier Sugars, you know, like we've had this type of killer who just likes to hurt people before. So Erica, if I had to give her a liking rating, I'd give her a 6, because I really did like Erica, and if I had to give her a relevance this season, it'd have to be a 2 for right now. Like, it's one of those characters who you really like, that you don't know if they'll be like super relevant. But this is all just like pre-opinion, so just remember that it's just my opinion, and it's also pre-opinion, so it could change at any time. This is in no way a professional opinion unless my sunburned dumbass self is counted as professional. Next we have Sister Mary Benedine, another season 2 killer played by Canoe. I didn't like her in season 2. I don't think I'll like her now. I don't know if she'll necessarily be changed at all, because we have this insane old woman who is obsessed with hurting people to please a saint of death. And I did like how this character went out in season 2. She got arrested whenever they tried to sacrifice Erica. They weren't really going to do it. And they made Charity eat a heart, and they also killed Father whatever, the mean one. And I don't know. I don't really know if I'll really like her that much in season 9. I guess she'll be okay. Like, I don't imagine her doing that well. But I have something about the adults I want to talk about after I go through all of them. Next, we have Preston, played by Giraffes. He was the season 3 killer. Preston, I didn't like him in season 3. I don't know if I like him now. The thing that's saving kind of Preston for me right now is the fact that Neil is here. Like, I didn't expect them to be, I did not expect them to be in jail together for some reason. I just didn't. But they are, so whatever. They're both on death row. They might as well just be together. Preston was very alike all of Giraffes' characters. He was the sassy gay guy who was always like. But honestly, they should have seen it coming, because every like male character was at least gay or bi in that season. Preston, I think, in my opinion, will have to really stand out, because Preston was one of the obvious killers. Like, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's gotta be Preston. Towards the end, they kind of just realized it was him, and they didn't really care. They're like, of course, we knew this the entire time. Like, thanks, Canoe. And Preston was just, I think this time he'll have to be very, well, guess what? I don't care if you guys knew, because I still killed you guys. He'll have to step this up a lot this season. So, doggies, my doggy. Okay. I don't know if a liking rating I would have to give him a 3, and a relevance I'll have to give him a 3 as well, because I don't know if him and Spinfer are gonna play with that relationship storyline. I hope they do. Next we have Neil Green, played by Spinfer. He was arrested in season 3, but he was not the killer. Tanner lied about him to get him arrested, as was the backlash on season 6 against Tanner and Tyler. I keep mixing up their names sometimes, because they're basically the same person. I didn't like Neil in season 3 because he just felt really whiny to me. He felt like I felt like he was using his multiple personality disorder to get people to not really be mean to him. He's like, oh, don't be mean to me about this. I have multiple personality disorder. It's Derek. It's not me. Like, you kind of overplayed that in season 3, I think. It was really, the multiple personality disorder, it's been used before season 3, and it was used perfectly, in my opinion. Season 1, Deja Man used it. It was really underwhelming for Deja Man to use it, but he still used it, and he used it pretty well. It wasn't weird, it made sense, and it was interesting, and I wish I could have seen more of it. Season 2, Sarah had it. It was really funny. It was played around with well, and it made her character interesting and enjoyable to watch until she died. And even in that season, she volunteered to die, dude. But in season 3, I just felt like Neil kind of used it to his advantage in a bad way, you know? Like, he got to play around with, like, 3 guys' hearts because of him having a second personality. I use that term loosely. But, you know, I just hope he doesn't use it too much. I want to see Neil. I don't want to see Derek. You know, I'll Because I'll give you that. I let you use the Derek idea from a character I had in a zombie apocalypse roleplay, Drake, and I just think that you need to play around with it better. Don't use it as much, but you can still use it. A liking rating, I'm gonna have to give a 1 because I really disliked Neil. I didn't find a redeeming quality in him at all. And for a relevance rating, I'm gonna have to give this one actually a 5 because I think the thing is Drake is really good at making unlikable characters that turn out relevant. Like, that's a thing. Likable people can be relevant, dislikable people can be relevant. I mean, just look at 80. But yeah, if he plays it right, I hope I start to like him, but I just don't see it at the moment, but I can see him being really important. Next, we have Robert Happy, played by Canoe, the Season 4 killer who killed everybody in Happy World 1 and 2, and then let 4 people live in Happy World 4. Who are these basic-ass Season 4 survivors? Like, okay, boo-boo, bye. You can try, but you'll never replace Casey, Amy, Vanessa, Leo, Maxie, MC, Chrissy, Alan, blah, 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 blah. I probably forgot some people. But, Priscilla. The thing I'm going to enjoy about Robert Happy is there's nobody in jail that really dislikes him, and there's nobody alive who we really know that much about who dislikes him besides Elliot, which is his son. I think Robert was a very good, like, those people that aren't around the entire time, but then they turn out to be the killer in the end. I think that was played around with really well because at least his son was there. But the thing I like about Robert is that he didn't really care who he had to hurt. He just wanted his son to like him, at least. I think that's what he wanted to do the first few games, and then he just found out, oh, I just like hurting people. So I like that about Robert. I don't like him, but I think he's gonna be relevant. Like, likable rating, I'm gonna give him a 0 because I think everybody's gonna hate him who was in Season 4 and still like be like, why? But as for relevance, I think he's gonna have like a 7 because Robert looks like he's gonna be really important. At least with the Elliot storyline. Which brings us to Elliot, played by Canoe, also the Season 4 killer. I feel like Elliot still harbors those deep I hate you feelings for his dad, mostly because I think he thinks Amy shouldn't have died. I think he's still holding on to the fact that Amy got killed, because Amy was like the first person he ever felt different about. He helped her escape. He tried to help them out. I think he might be lying about that, but whatever. Yeah, I love Elliot still. Like, I don't care what his reasons are. I still like Elliot. I think he's really important. I have to check my phone. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Ow! Okay. So yeah, I think Elliot's gonna be really cool and fun. So for liking, I'm going to give him a 6, and as for relevance, I'm going to give him a 7, as like his dad. Next, we have Shell/Nancy Green, the other multiple personality killer, played by LEC13. I think Shell was one of Ellie's, Ellie's really good at making really rememberable characters. Like, we all know Ellie's characters are really good. I just feel like Shell was kind of the underwhelming, not likable thing, but we all weren't really that likable in Season 5. I just feel like this killer wasn't really the most developed character we could have had. I liked her story with the multiple personality disorder. She used it right. You can mess up multiple personality disorder as a motive easily, and she didn't, which I really liked about her. I think it'll be interesting to see because a lot of these killers, you can kind of put them into categories. Like, you have like the mentally unstable, then you have the just did it for fun, or you have I have an actual motive. Like, mentally unstable, you can put Robert, Elliot, Shell, Kyle, Jordan, Sugar. No, you can't put Sugar in there. She just did it for fun. But anyway, as for Shell, I didn't really like her in season 5, but I didn't really like anybody in season 5. And when season 5 was going on, I did like some people, but now I really don't. I just think Shell would be like one of those underwhelming characters. But then, like, you notice that Ellie's playing her, you know? So it's like, I think Ellie could fix her in a way that would bring her at least a few up to par with the rest of her characters, which I'm really excited to see because Ellie's really good at that. So as for liking, I'm going to give a 4, and as for relevance, I'm going to give a 6 for now. I hope that she brings her up because it is an Ellie character. Next, we have Jordan, played by Canoe67 from season 6, my season, which I was not the killer, but I got arrested anyways. I didn't really like... my tongue's yellow because I was drinking orange juice. I didn't really like Jordan. I didn't really like Corky back in season 6. I feel like he was... I really like how he was, like, the Sin's killers. And 80 knew the entire time. She's like, oh, well, we all knew, it was obvious. The thing I really liked about Jordan, though, is that he had a different storyline. Like, he wasn't this cocky guy. He wasn't like, oh, I'm better than you because I'm a director. He was like, I have a horrible life and I hate myself because I'm fat. But I don't know if I'll like him this time around. I don't know if I really just imagine him being this cowardly kind of guy, like, oh, my survival before yours, push you into the zombies. So as for liking, I'm going to give it a 2, and as for relevance, I'm going to give it a 1, because I don't really imagine this character being that relevant this time around. I'm going to skip over myself. Should I? No, I'll go over. Kyle Washington, played by me from season 6. I was not the killer, and I did get arrested because Tanner framed me because he felt like it, I guess. But as for Kyle, if you notice, Kyle is the only person in this season who has yet to kill anybody. Kyle has not killed anybody. Like, everybody else had either been the killer or they've at least killed someone by accident or on purpose. Like, Neil killed some of the, I think Neil helped to kill someone in episode, like, 2 or 3 of his season. Kyle, I feel like Kyle is the most innocent out of everybody. Like, everybody else is, like, defending themselves, like, I killed people, yeah, but I shouldn't be guilty. Kyle's just like, I don't care anymore. Kyle's change when he started as Tanner's biggest fan to, he was like, you know, I'll serve Master Tanner, whatever he wants, I'll get for him, I'll make sure he doesn't die. And then after change, he went to this mentally unstable kid who, because he was sexually molested by his dad and mom. His father abused his mother and went to jail. During the jump, he went to visit them, and he saw his father kill his mother, which messed him up even more. He didn't want to talk about it, so he just kind of blocked it out. His father went back to jail, and so during all this, so all the trauma in his head, the murders kind of set that off, so it was kind of easier to frame him because he already looks crazy. So Kyle basically turned into this person who really just needed a lot of help and guidance. He couldn't do anything by himself because he's scared and the trauma messed him up. So now that he's in jail, I think Kyle's just like, you know what? Kill me, please. Like, end it. I want to go home. I want to sleep, but kill me first. I think he doesn't really care what happens to him because all his friends are dead, basically. Willow was the only person who ever liked him for him. River liked him, I guess, kind of. But Kyle, he's someone that you kind of just have to pity. Because on one point, it's like, he might be a killer, but he didn't really do anything, but nobody knows that because everyone just thinks he's crazy. But on the other hand, it's like, he's so messed up in the head, and he's basically like a baby panda with his mom. He basically had to follow Willow around all the time. He was like, I can't function if you're not around, so please don't leave. It was It was not a good time for him, and nothing has really changed about him except for the fact that he doesn't care what happens to him anymore. So yeah, I'm not going to give myself a rating at all because I know what I have planned, and I'll see what other people say because I'm excited to see that. Next we have Sugar, played by Eduardo, the season 7 main killer, even though we had like 6, I think. Sugar, I feel like, was very underdeveloped. She was basically Eduardo in the flesh. She didn't have, her personality was funny. She was a very comical, serious, bitchy character that I happened to really enjoy. However, I feel like with all these other people who we've been dying to see come back, like Corey and Erica and Robert Elliott, he'll have to step it up a lot because Sugar was very good in season 7. It's just there are some people in season 7 who probably just belong in season 7, you know, like they don't really have a place in this season. I'm not saying they shouldn't come back, I'm just saying like it might not be a good idea to bring them back because we don't know if their story will be messed up, we don't know if their story will be fixed, or, you know, if she'll have a change. I don't know if she will. She might. I don't know that's where I was playing, but there's just some people who you're scared to see come back because you don't know if their story is going to be ruined or not, you know. So as a likability, I'm going to give her a 10 because I love Sugar. And for relevance, I'm going to have to give a 3 for now because I don't know if she'll be super, super duper important. We'll have to see. Torrance, played by Finnick from season 7, he killed, I don't know, I think he killed Amber. Yeah, so Torrance killed Amber, I think. He popped her boobs or something. I liked Torrance in season 7. I think he was really a good character. However, I don't know if he'll be super important this season again. Like, I'm worried about that. So, I don't really have much to say about Torrance. I liked him. I'm going to give his likability an 8 and his relevance a 4 because I want him to play around with the Avery thing. Next, we have Kari Sushi, the sister of Kale Sushi from season 7. She was the killer. She killed a lot of people. She played by Miss Alice. I didn't really pay attention to season 8, so I don't really know that much about Kari. I know she was kind of a fun person, and she was really reliable, and now that she's dead, she's like a zombie. I don't know how that's going to play out, and I'm not really going to rate any of the season 8 people, so sorry, unless I see her more. Next, we have Diana Love, played by Canoe 67, the mother of Miranda Love, season 1 queen. Again, I didn't really pay attention to season 8, so I'm not really going to talk about Diana. I'm interested to see her interact with Corey, though. Next, we're going to move on. We're not going to talk about the guest appearances, by the way. We're just going to talk about the supporting cast, who's in the supporting cast right now. Nyla Fox, this is basically what I saw from her, a Priscilla knockoff. Like, she's a little bit stronger than Priscilla, but Priscilla was a better character. And I feel like Nyla Fox is kind of just, like, playing around with the Priscilla stereotype. And you can't really replace Priscilla at all because she was so awesome. So, Cool Cat, if you want this character to work, you're really going to have to play around with it more and develop her a little bit better because right now all I'm just getting is you're trying to be Priscilla. I don't really know much about her. I'm going to talk about these season 8 people because I know who they are. Naomi Fox. I liked Naomi. I didn't love her. I feel like she could have died at any time and it wouldn't have made a difference. So yeah, I don't know what to say about her. She's okay, I guess. I don't imagine her going very far though. Nolan Weaver, played by Dem Girl. I liked Dem Girl's characters. I think Nolan was like the least memorable out of all of them. I don't know. I know this is only her 2nd season, but I feel like Hunter was just a little bit more developed and should have survived over Shane. But that's just my opinion. I like Nolan though. I like him a lot. Viola, played by Tizian. She's a zombie right now. This was one of my favorite characters from season 8. She never talked, but she was still very good. If you can beat the entire cast and making me like you, and you're not even talking, then you were doing something correct. Officer Rosita Luna, played by Canoe, and Officer Waddle Lemmings, played by Canoe. These two characters first appeared in season 6 whenever they were trying to figure out where the plane crashed containing all of the actors from season 6. So yeah, I'm just really worried about what these characters are going to want from us. I know they're probably going to be the ones to let us out, but I don't know. Who knows? So that's basically all the characters. I know that we have the premieres tomorrow of the first episode. The heck, I just got logged down as engaged. The heck? I'm gonna have to log back in now. Alright. So yeah. Premieres tomorrow, and I'm super excited. I don't know what to expect. I know we're gonna be in jail for the first part, I think. But other than that, I really do like. I'm really, really excited for the last season of Dark Days. I'm super nervous too. We've had such a break. It's been a while since we've been back. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll be making these updated vlogs after every episode whenever I can. And I really, really hope that this season will be a good one and it won't flop. I really hope it doesn't because we don't have a single killer this time. Like, we all know what's going to happen. We all know that if there's no killer, we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about zombies. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for stopping by. I will not be recording a vlog with Ellie, Missy, and Brian right now because I just did my own because they're crazy. So yeah, thank you guys for coming back and watching. I'll see y'all, I guess, on the premiere tomorrow. Bye.